Здравствуйте, меня зовут Роберт Шимон, я работаю в компании Geomant, и я более-менее говорю по-русски, но буду говорить по-английски. First of all, I'd like to talk about Geomant and its solution, which is called Contact Expert. They don't hear me inside. So first of all, I would like to talk about Geomant and its solution called Contact Expert, and then we go to the details of this solution, but later on I will show everything, how it works in a real situation. We will talk about our IVR solution. IVR is a automatic call answering machine. We will talk about later on how our call recorder solution works and what kind of records you can create in your Lync environment. And we will also demonstrate both the solutions. Geomant is a 15 years old company, started from Avaya. So our knowledge in Contact Expert is coming from our Avaya ages. And started to work together with Microsoft and Microsoft Unified Communication back to 2005 or 6. Then Microsoft started. They used to have a live communication server, then it was called Office Communication Server. Now it is Lync and it's going to be Skype. So when we started to work together with Microsoft, it used to call live communication server. I'm fast. So, we have a couple of offices in Europe, in England, Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, almost Czechoslovakia. So, and we have a huge resource pool in all these countries and cross-change the people. So we do a lot of custom development and integration services in Western Europe. We've been working together with Microsoft for 10 years. We are Microsoft Gold certified partners, and we are always invited in they call it TEP program, this early knowledge transfer to selected partners. So we are quite good with early developments for the next release of Microsoft products. We have created many Microsoft-based applications like this MWI, but today I'm going to talk about this Contact Expert, the call-center solution, and the IVR, and later on Gustavo will introduce the call recorder solution. We have a lot of references that maybe doesn't mean anything here in Russia. I mean, there are some Hungarian companies which is, even if it is a bank, it is not known abroad. We mainly work for contact centers, call centers, where there are tens, hundreds of agents sitting and receiving thousands of calls a day, or when the task is, for example, to initiate 1,000 calls or 10,000 calls, and to call the customers about a new service or a survey or to get some feedback. Contact Expert is a professional solution for when you have hundreds or tens of agents who has to receive calls. You can create groups for these agents. Let's say Chinese-speaking people. People who know about this service better if it is a technical support, and our system automatically distributes the incoming calls to these groups. Or if, for example, a group is full with call, then you can forward those calls to another group. So you can play with all of your incoming calls and always route them to the best skilled agent, or to the agent who has the best knowledge. An agent in a call center can handle incoming calls. This is the basic scenario. The same agent is very good when if she or he can handle incoming emails. So the same person who is communicating with your customers can communicate with the customers on email. Or many companies want to have their plug-in on the website when the customers want to chat with a live person, and they can initiate a chat session from the website. Gustav is just showing that, but we will demonstrate it. Or just imagine, sometimes the load on a call center is no one is calling at 7 o'clock in the morning. A lot of calls are at 10 o'clock in the morning. Around noon, no one. Again in the afternoon. So you can initiate, for example, outbound calls when there are no one is calling into the call center. So you can use your agent on a very high level. Call recording that was mentioned by Ilya already. In a call center, the call recording is for quality assurance. The goal with it is that a supervisor, who is the boss of the bench of people, wants to listen to the conversation and say that, Vladimir, it was not good, or please behave, because we are not talking to customer like this. But in other situations, when you just have a pure link network and you want to record the conversation because, for example, you are receiving orders on link. Some of your customer is calling the system saying that, okay, please send this. And maybe a week later he will or she will say that I never ordered this. So there are different purposes behind the call recording system. Of course, there are real-time reports to see the activity of your call center. On that screen you will see how it's changing. I talked about that it's a skill-based solution, so based on the knowledge of your agent, the call will be routed to the best knowledge person. We will show the call recording. Here, I talked about everything here. IVR. When you have, for example, 10,000 calls a day, you are receiving from your customers, maybe 60% of them can be automatically handled. It costs much less for your company if these calls are served by an IVR. So if your customers are just calling the call center because they want to know how much money do they have on their account, or what is the state of their previous order, if you have an integrated IVR system to one of your database in the background, then this information can be given to the customer automatically. And with our system, you can graphically design what has to happen when the customer pushes this button, or what has to happen when pushes that button. You can set up your call center in various forms. So, for example, it can be at one place. You can have agents who are working remotely from home for the company. For example, if you see that it's peak time, so for example, all of your agents are occupied at the same moment, then you can invite some of your colleagues who are working from home and tell them that please listen, please log into the system and help your colleagues to increase the satisfaction level. What we are focusing on is somewhere between 5 and 200 agents. Of course, it's a little bit different structure when you have 100,000 calls a day and you need 4,000 agents. In America, it can happen, this situation, that there are thousands of people sitting in the same call center. what we have learned in the European market, this is the average size of a call center. And we are focusing on those companies who would like to utilize their agents, their colleagues, to get the maximum from their work. So therefore we created a lot of features. That is not the goal of this presentation to introduce everything, but in the questions you can have a question and I will talk about it. Just for example, we have something like 585 different type of reports. So if you need a special report that how much this agent worked when it was midnight, we can create this report. Okay. So I think we have to jump to the presentation. We offer, and our customers on the reference list, we offer this service for telecommunication company, which means GSM providers or landline providers. We work a lot for banks who has a lot of customers, and they call the insurance company or the bank because they want to get a new service, they want to change something. So for the everyday communication. Education, there are a lot of schools uses our system. The kids are calling saying that they will be late, they cannot come today, and they, in the background, they integrate it to their internal system, and that these teachers know about that this guy is missing. Or, for example, voice is when you can order some product from a company and you want to know about that, what is the state of the delivery. Why a good call center is good for your company? It's because you need to communicate with your customer. You want to get more customers. You want to sell more because you have a new service, for example, and you have 100,000 users. Out of the 100,000 users, you select those 30,000 users that is the target of your actual sales campaign, saying that age between 30 and 40 and a female, then you can load this list of customers to your call center and start the outbound campaign, so outgoing campaign, and your agent who are receiving the calls or the chats from outside, when they have nothing to do, they will get the calls one by one and generate more business for your company. Okay, here's just a short reference about our customer and what kind of industry vertical they are in. There are banks. There are, for example, this Ross Human is a school. How many agents they work and what kind of services they use from our system. Okay, I think the best is if we immediately show how it works. Let me just change this duplicate. Just duplicate my screen. Escape it. And I start a virtual machine there. Just start my virtual machine. Okay, it's our demo environment. This demo environment doesn't have anything else, just a standard Lync infrastructure, and on this Lync infrastructure we have our Contact Expert system installed. I'm an agent who is logged in to different channels. For me, the voice, the email, and also the chat is enabled. This is the screen I see. In average, you see how many operators are logged into the system, what is the level of the service today. The agent has to know that I have to work better because there are a lot of people waiting in the queue, so I have to speed it up. I don't have time to chat with my customers. On the right side you can see that I'm available, and let's play a scenario that Vladimir is a customer.
Okay, let me help you.
And wants to call our system. Let me say that.
Okay, let's try.
Put it to speakerphone, please.
This is the wrong number.
Oh, again.
Yeah.
Sorry, you dialed that
Okay,
wrong
okay.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
How can I stop it?
Stop it.
Okay.
And let me just do
This one.
Yeah. I have a different number. Yeah, I'm dialed. Yeah, it is a good
Yeah.
number.
Добро пожаловать в демонстрационную систему черточных старт компании Geomant. Жмите клавишу 1, чтобы принять участие в вопросе удовлетворенности клиентов. Нажмите клавишу 2, чтобы использовать понятие знак системы автооплаты кредитной карты.
Now you can hear that the IVR received the call, and Vladimir is talking to the IVR system, so automatically we can answer in a many three questions, give him information, etc. But when he pushes the 0,
Нажмите клавишу 2, чтобы использовать понятие знак системы автооплаты. Добро пожаловать в контакт. Центр компании Балалайка, пожалуйста, нажмите соединение с одним из наших агентов.
now he hears the music on hold because I'm the agent and I'm on toilet break or wherever.
So you keep it still, there is some information in the queue.
Yes, and in the queue while he's waiting, we give him information about what is the estimated waiting time.
Can you put it on a speakerphone?
Can you put it to
Yeah,
speaker?
sure.
It's just some music on hold. We can offer callback.
Время ожидания зачеркнуто на 15 секунд. Пожалуйста, подождите на
We can offer callback, for example. So if we do some kind of high quality service, you can say that, dear customer, we see that you have to wait more than 10 minutes. Please drop the line, and we promise that we're gonna call you back as soon as we have an available agent. Your call or number gets to a queue, and from that queue we will take it out and call you back this afternoon, let's say. Okay, so I come back from work and start to put it to speaker again, I think.
что этот вызов может быть записан.
So the call arrives to the agent, it is automatically answered, and I can see on the bottom that how many times, sorry, okay, I talk about, there are two places of the screen. The first above is a script. You can create any kind of script that your agent has to follow. On the first page, greet the customer. Never do anything else, just greet the customer and ask what kind of service is he calling for. Based on his selection, you can go to different script pages, and you can create your knowledge base in the background. So if someone is calling because he needs information about the public transportation of Moscow and what kind of parking rules are today, you can create that information, and your agent will be routed through the questions and can give this information. He doesn't have to figure it out. On the bottom, you can see that some information about the actual customer. So this call is from my mobile number. You can see, you dropped it.
Yep.
Okay. You can
We
see.
can restart it.
Okay, please redeem me.
Okay.
Here you can see that how many times this system system called by this customer. What was the problem? And sorry for the localization. These are Russian codes that are not displayed here, but we're gonna fix it. So how the call was closed? What was the reason code? How did this call finish? Here you can also see that it was a normal call, it was an email, it was a chat from a website, etc. So the agent can see that this is the first call of this customer, or he's already complaining 5th time today, calling for the same issue, so we have to escalate the problem. Okay, let me just close this task, and Vladimir, please call the system back again. Now we get to the IVR first as previously. Press the 0 to get to agent. The agent or the customer gets information about the call will be recorded and he will be transferred to an operator. The operator receives the call. Okay, so the call is here, and I answer. Hi, Vladimir. I see that you are calling us again. How can I help you?
Actually, I need your new services. Can I get them for free?
Okay, this is the scenario that Vladimir wants to get a service for free. Of course, I'm not in a position to promise it for him. So hold on, Vladimir. I need to contact or talk to my boss, and I just start a consultation call. Here I enter the name of my boss, Gustavo, and I start this consultation call. There you can see that Gustavo received that call and answers it. Hey Gustavo, can you hear me fine?
Yes, of course.
Listen, Vladimir, you know that guy, he's calling us again and needs that service for free, so what shall I tell him?
Okay, so
He doesn't let me work, you know, he's calling me 10 times a day.
he's an old customer, right? So he's a good guy.
And he doesn't have that channel, you know, only those other channels.
Okay, so that's we can approve that, so you can give the service for free.
Okay.
But please ask him to continue with us for 6
Robert,
months.
sorry, can you pick up the microphone? The girls, we forgot about it. Yeah.
I've got so many microphones. Sorry, I forgot about them.
So yes, it's approved, and if you can ask him to fill the survey.
He will do it, believe me. Okay, thanks.
Go ahead. Thank
I
you.
drop this call, and I get back to Vladimir. Vladimir, I talked to my boss, Gustavo. Yeah, he doesn't want to give it for free.
Oh, why? It was too long. Why?
You know what? I'll call you back a little bit later. I go to him personally and I will ask him, okay?
Okay, I will be waiting.
Fine.
Okay.
I drop this call, or he can drop it. So the call basically finished. I have to enter some closure code that it was a success call. You can add parameters to a call, and based on these parameters you can create any kind of reports that what this call was about, did we fulfill the requirements of the customer or not. I say it was a what? Nova Usluga, and I promised a callback, so I rescheduled this call, and I say I want to call him back at 08 and do it. My task is not closed. This call is after call work mode, when we give time to the agent to enter some data, some third-party database if it is needed in your company. maybe you have a different CRM. A CRM content can be included here, but maybe you have other type of web pages, I don't know, Salesforce, other type of solutions where you want your agent be able to enter data after the call. So my updates finder, good, great. I reschedule this call with Vladimir, so in a couple of seconds I will receive a call, I will receive a task from the system automatically. And you can see that the system, some server, gave me this task. I'm busy, again. I have time to review that. Why did I get this task? Yes, because I promised Vladimir to call him back. Here is the call history. Okay, I just press the dial button. And for at least 250 rubles, I get another call on my mobile.
Yeah, okay, it works fine.
Pick it up.
Oh, I dropped it.
You dropped it?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yes.
Everything's fine.
Okay, now we are talking again. So Vladimir, my dearest customer, I talked to my best boss and he promised that we can do it. I enter your data to the system and please do not complain, but I ask you that next time when you are dialing our system, please give me 5 points ratings because then my salary will be higher or whatever. So, goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. But actually I was waiting too long, so I don't need any free services
Don't complain,
anymore.
you get this one channel for 6 months for free. Huh?
No, I don't need anything.
Okay, goodbye. So I entered this, I closed this task again. It was Trugoy, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I close it. And let me show you something. Okay, I close this task that I do for from my simple Skype, because the quality will be better than from the mobile phone. I dial the same number.
Добро пожаловать в демонстрационную систему Contact Expert компании Geomant. Жмите клавишу 1, чтобы принять участие в вопросе удовлетворенности клиентов. Жмите клавишу 2, чтобы использовать мягкий знак системы автооплаты кредитной карты. Жмите клавишу 0, чтобы говорить с агентом.
Maybe it's better. Now
Неправильный ввод. Жмите клавишу 1, чтобы принять участие. Доброе утро. Пожалуйста, помогите нам улучшить наш сервис, ответить на несколько простых вопросов. Вы довольны тем, как наши агенты ответили на ваш запрос сегодня, введя число от 1 до 5, где 1 означает, что вы несчастны, 5 означает, основываясь на ваш опыт сегодня, насколько вероятно, что вы порекомендуете нам другу или коллеге, введя число от 1 до 5, и помогли решить проблему сегодня.
I drop this call because Gustavo will talk about on that screen. You can see that what kind of IVRT tree did I get to.
Yes, what you hear.
Take the microphone. Okay.
So what you hear in the demonstration of Robert is something that we built very easily using our IVR designer. It is a web-based application. It's a drag and drop. So the only thing you have to do is we have nodes, so basic nodes like answer the call, play a prompt or an announcement, transfer the call to an extension. For example, using this IVR, you can very easily implement the auto attendant. This is the auto secretary that Ilya mentioned in the morning, that this is something that you can. It's not part of Lync, but you can very easily implement with the help of our IVR designer, or you can do things more complex, like for example this survey application, and we have defined this template so you can have a survey. If I go here, for example, you were greeted like Dobry dzień, or Dobry, I think so. So it's in the morning. If in the afternoon it will say Dobry wieczór. So you can then have some greetings, and then you can set as many questions. We have 3 questions, 2 which were for rating, so between 1 and 5, and there was another just saying if you are happy or not with the service, so yes or no, or you can have a recording, so I can leave a message saying, you know, well, yes, I was treated this way or that way, so you can give more information, and all of this is saved into a database that we can then, a supervisor can check in a web page how well the different agents were responding to the customer queries. As I said, so this is a very, it's a drag and drop, so I can just, if I wanted to add, for example, a new question, I just draw this here, and then I say, well, I will, instead of this link here, I will add one from this to this. I will have one more question, and then I just have this added. And this will, okay, I can have announcements. What you have here, now you have heard, is we are using the Microsoft text-to-speech for Russian, but you can have, of course, studio quality recording, so pre-recorded announcements, and you can use them in the system. And these are the, you know, the announcement that you have here. Good morning, good afternoon, and also the various questions, 1, 2, 3. So you just define a new announcement. I write a text like this, and it's so easy. So it really takes a few minutes to create a small application. And the only thing I have to do is to go to the administrator, the IVR administrator, and upload this application. Immediately it will start, you will start listening the new one.
So this IVR is very good when your business needs to handle automatically incoming calls or making outgoing calls. For example, if you run a GSM provider and you open a new office in some region, and you collect those numbers, all of those numbers, 100,000 numbers, and you just want to inform them on telephone to about this new office, then you can just load this list of phone numbers to the IVR, and the IVR, I don't know, parallel 10, 15, or 100 channels calls your customers out and informs that about this new service. And as a result, at the end, you get the statistics that how many people listen to this message, how many press the 0 at the end, that yes, I am interested, or who has left a voice message with his personal details that yes, immediately register me in your database because I'm interested. I go back to the to my page as an agent, and what I talked about is that Gustavo, he will be a visitor on our web page. Okay.
I wanted to check if you handle the call correctly. Just quickly.
We have a way here, so I am the supervisor of Robert. So here, this is the list of all calls he handled today. This was the outbound callback, that when he called back Vladimir. And I can listen to his conversation and make sure that he said what I said. So here I have in principle, the conversation that he had with Vladimir.
Yeah. Okay, now we are talking again. So Vladimir might be a customer. I talked to my boss and he told me that we can do it. I enter your data to the system and please do not complain, but I ask you that next time when you are buying your system, please give me 5 points rating because then my salary will be higher or whatever. So
In Hungary, there is a UPC, cable network provider, who uses our system. And the problem for them is that a lot of customers are calling them and ordering some TV channels. You know, it's normal order to a telephone. And when the monthly invoice goes out at the beginning of the next month, the customers are complaining that I never ordered this. Of course, because the wife received the invoice and the husband ordered the service. And in this kind of situation, it is very good when the agent immediately can say, okay, hold on, okay, I understand that you are complaining, let me just pay you back this order. Because then, previously, they used a lot of lawyers who was in communication with the customer. The lawyers costed a lot. Since they use this recording service, and they are able to immediately play back the conversation with the husband, it drops something like 95%. So they don't complain anymore.
Okay, so now I will play Vladimir's role. I will check with the system. So I go to the website, well, in this case IT Smart, and they are providing the service of Balalaika.
Yeah.
And I check if my service has been already implemented. So I say service, Vladimir, and okay. It's like
You have a long
ID Smart. Is this correct, your email? Vladimir, itsmart.com?
Yes.
Because
okay.
the system will recognize. Okay, so I say hi. And you will see, I am the customer on this screen, and that is the agent.
You can see that I used to be available as a state. Now immediately when I received the web chat channel, my status changed to see conversation. So let me just accept this conversation, saying that, hey, what's up? And, okay, hey, Gustavo will here, there you can see that my message is delivered on the public web page, and he will there are a lot of American companies you can chat with on their website. It's good because if I'm the visitor, you know, I'm there because I need some information, blah, blah, blah. It's the most easiest way, so the customer satisfaction will be increased. And the utilization of the agent, you don't have to hire different people for the web chat, different people for the calls or the emails. You can put it to the same call center, and their task is to do everything. Okay, I want to check my service, so in the background I go to the databases, I check if I have given this service for free. Of course, yes, it's okay. I just answer this. So this is how a conversation on website goes on. Great. Okay, bye. And he drops the chat, for example. Then you can see that again, because the agent is counted in on the quality. The agent quality is how many tasks he received, he closed, what was the satisfaction index, etc. So I have received also all this.
Yeah. And you can see here, I can also, for example, save the transcript of the chat session. So everything if he wants to say me that no, it's not in operation, it's like, okay, you said that, yes, it's okay.
Okay, so I close this conversation, and just for a bit, because I really don't want to go to the technical details, I want to talk about another page, dashboard, the last one, yes. If you have 100 agents, you have to have supervisors who are controlling their work who are defining that, okay, his skill set is 4, 5, or 10. How good he or she speaks Chinese. The supervisor is the manager of your call center. He can or she can listen to the conversations, recorded conversation, or even it can happen that he or she wants to listen to an ongoing conversation. So he or she can step into this conversation and just listen to the conversation. The caller, Vladimir, doesn't hear that there is a supervisor, and Gustavo can step into my conversation and can whisper to me that Vladimir will hear not a word what Gustavo is telling me. The dashboard is a page for supervisors when the supervisor can see how many agents are in, who are on toilet break, what is the quality of your customer handling today, etc. And as the same, we have two different type of interfaces. One for the supervisors. The supervisor again is responsible for the agents. So the supervisor generates reports that how many customers were handled by this agent last month, because he gets the salary based on this report. In this reporting interface, there is the 585 different type of reports that we have learned in the last 15 years from customers. It is there, but if you figure out some report that is not given by default in the system, everything is stored in Microsoft SQL Server database, so you can generate any custom report. And the other page is the administration. I don't want to go here. Here you can administer your agents, your IVR channels. Here you upload the list of the contacts that has to be called by the IVR or the live agent. This is for the system administration, so it's a technical side, while the other page was talking to a human management type of person. Now let me jump back to my presentation, because the next step is the core recording demo. But I think because now we are in the topic, I ask you first that if there is any question that I can answer, later on we can of course talk about it more, but if there is some urgent or immediate question now. Anyone, anything? Yes?
Интерфейс программы на русском языке существует?
Да, существует. There are different interfaces. As you saw, there was a agent interface. There is a website. So, TNT client applications. Everything will be translated. We have many different languages already translated. For Russian, it's just a list of resources that needs to be translated, and then the application will be Russian. Another question is that we also have to review the application. It takes another week. That everywhere where Russian characters or serial characters are written, that it is a UTF-8 type of field, so we just have to review it.
Еще можно? Вы сказали, что для отчетов у вас существует много шаблонов. Если у нас, если хотят наши специалисты какой-то особенный отчет, как его получить? Или только мы можем пользоваться теми шаблонами, которые у вас уже есть? Какой-то специфический отчет.
Can you please?
He's talking about specific report.
Specific report.
Какого рода отчеты нужны?
Can we customize reports?
Yes, you, okay, let me just show you that I go to the reporting interface.
You can show the whiteboards as well.
Yeah, I will go there. I say I want to see agent status time, agent login, agent what, a complex report. Go to the complex report. I want to see that for today. I want to see, and here you can define your report, and everything is reported. It can be exported. You can print it. You can export it. You can export it to an Excel sheet and create any statistics. So you can, here on this report, you can see that how many calls were received by this agent, what was the average time or length of the call, etc. And what I said, that there are hundreds of reports in this system that you can customize. If there is something missing, you think, with the Microsoft reporting tool, you can generate any special report from the source data.
Вопрос такой. Можно ли переводить вызовы на группу агентов?
Еще раз микрофон.
Можно ли переводить вызовы на группу агентов?
Of course, yes. In the Lync system, you can enter any kind of inbound numbers, so public numbers. 800, 8585, that's your public number. And you know that this number is advertised because the customers will call your system of this issue and have 10 different type of numbers for different type of services. Behind this number, the same link infrastructure receives the call and handles. Physically, it goes to the same IVR, but the IVR knows what number you are dialing from and what number you dialed. And based on these two information, it starts to play you some automated service. Even if you are calling the system because you want to order something more, if in the background, for example, in some database, we see that you have a debt because you didn't pay your last 2 invoices, we don't care what kind of number did you dial, we can forward your call to the debt collection, team. You dial the number from your mobile phone. We play some text in the IVR. You want to go to a live agent. You want to talk to a live agent. Then all this information that from the very first second of your call is collected. What kind of buttons did you push in the IVR? What is your credit card number you entered? All this information follows your call. And when you get to an agent, the agent can see all of your activities you have been taken. So it cannot happen that you have already authorized yourself with your PIN code, and the agent asks you again that, okay, I don't know who's you, so please tell your mother's name and when did you born, so something like that. And of course, if we know, for example, that you last week called our system 3 times, and you always wanted to talk on Chinese language, then of course your next call will be immediately routed to a Chinese-speaking group. And even within the same group, you can create a priority that when agent A, B, C are logged in, and the A knows better Chinese than the C, because the C doesn't speak too much, but good in that group, then the call will be always routed to the agent with the highest skill set. It can be, okay, from the Chinese, if you have IT specialist and you give IT services through the phone, it is matter that if someone is calling from a Windows problem, or because interested for how to solve a problem on Windows, or someone is calling because looking for some information about Internet Explorer, so different agent group.
By the way, Robert, I have a question. Can you right now
give it for free?
No.
No?
Have a call from the audience. And so the contact
I'm
will
not
say,
saying,
somewhere?
I just
Is it
sit back
possible?
as an agent, of course. Okay, I close my task. So the number is, if someone wants to call an international number.
На самом деле есть возможность сейчас вживую продемонстрировать звонок и с переадресацией возможно. То есть если кто-то хочет проверить, эта опция работает прямо вот сейчас. Да.
Вопрос тогда, просто следующего, вот предыдущий вопрос.
Микрофон.
Да. Смотрите, если мы переводим вызов на группу агентов, каким алгоритмом мы определяем наименее занятого агента? По какому алгоритму? Есть ли вообще такое?
Yeah. There are different routing algorithms, like the last occupied agent or less occupied agent. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 agents. They get the calls. You can route the next call in a normal order, that the first, second, third, fourth, first, second, first, fourth. Or we can even measure how long the actual agent is talking to a customer. And the less occupied one, so if agent 1 was talking only for 20 minutes and the agent B was talking for 35, then we always route the call to that agent that was less occupied, so less loaded.
Can we create any custom rules for this?
These are algorithms that you can select that, okay, you want to route the calls based on this algorithm or that one.
Yes, we support various ACD strategies, like the one you said, so least occupied agents, the less idle agent. We also have preferred agent, so we can, if the caller has the last call with an agent which is available, then we try to route the call to that specific agent. He already knows the problem. So there are various ACD strategies which are available for. So this is our own ACD, so we have all those algorithms are implemented in our system.
А сколько всего таких стратегий?
Как быстро можно их сменить?
Сколько всего стратегий? Повторите, пожалуйста.
Как быстро их можно поменять?
How many strategies is there?
I know that. I'm just thinking about 1, 2, 3 at least.
Well, there is the round robin, the least occupied. We have these four. The basic we use are four strategies. We can do also custom strategies, but for that normally you need, for example, to go to a database, check, for example, VIP. You can do all of. Normally that is done with the help of the IVR. In the IVR, you can have, the IVR is fronting the contact expert, so before the call is routed to an agent, the IVR can screen who is calling, if this is a VIP customer, and then you can define, there is, as I showed, so there are some defined templates where you can define your own custom rules, and you say, okay, if this is agent is more valuable for me, I will route it to with priority to the best skill agents, so special group, for example. But this is this is the other thing is configuration. You can set this up in the administration tools. As soon as you've made the changes, it will take effect for the next call.
But if you have a special scenario, then we can discuss it later on. But okay, what do you imagine? Okay. Any other question before we step over to the call recording solution?
Есть еще вопросы, господа?
Интеграция CRM.
CRM integration.
CRM integration. Okay, you can integrate your existing CRM, let's say Microsoft CRM, CRM system on a different way. The first is, as you saw, where the agent activity, the agent script is, you can load an agent, the CRM contact there as the main content. But then for the whole call, that page will be there. Option first. The second is the agent gets the script and gets to that CRM page only when he puts the question A and after the B. So, for example, on the normal script, we say on the first page, say hello, please ask for the birthday of the customer, please ask for the PIN code or the last digit of their PIN code, and when the agent enters what needs to be entered, heard from the customer, then gets to the CRM page. There is another option. Of course, the CRM can be running on a different browser, so in a different application, and you can copy-paste information between the two systems. And what else? What other kind of CRM integration do we have?
Salesforce.
Yes, yes. Okay.
That's the two are out of the box, so we have the connector.
So for Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Salesforce.com, we have a connector. So you install the system, apply the connector, and they are integrated. For the rest, we have an API. So this is an interface to our system, and then we can provide additional. This is a custom integration that can be done.
If you don't have an, I am sorry. Yeah.
В демонстрации было показано, как устанавливать задачу себе. А можно ли устанавливать задачу каким-то другим агентам? Допустим, позвонить клиенту.
Can you please sit on to your computer and log in as an agent?
You mean the callback?
No, log in as an agent.
The callback. Yes, that's the callback. You can. There are. If you can. If you can open now the options.
Yeah, because I'm not in that mode. Yes, what he's searching for to get back the last task that was connected to the agent.
Yeah, because you didn't show that. Anyway, can we have another call?
Yeah, can you please call back the...
Ah,
okay.
Yeah,
So
okay,
I will explain, but in that screen, when he shows you the task, you have 4 options. One, you can say the callback can be answered or can be performed by anybody, which is available. It says prefer me, which is if I am available, then I am the agent that should handle. If not, I am in another call or I am not available, then whoever is next in the only to me, so the system will check if I am there, or to a group. You can select another agent or another queue, for example. So these are the 4 options.
I go to the agent.
You don't have to wait for it.
Добро пожаловать в контакт. Центр компании «Geomant», пожалуйста, заждите соединение с одним из наших агентов. Сейчас мы связываем вас с одним из наших операторов. Пожалуйста, имейте в виду, что этот вызов может быть записан.
So my call is there. Yeah. And?
Yeah, okay, so it's just to show. So we agree that I will call you back because I cannot provide you the service.
Yes, please call me back.
Okay, so I drop the call. And then here, I can say, first of all, I select to reschedule the task. And then on the contact, distribution, you have these 4 options. Anyone, prefer me, only me, or I can select some from the list of agents. Okay, I want my colleague, all these numbers. Johnny Demo, yeah, Johnny Demo is the guy that. So you can have all of those options, and the system will check availability of each agent, and then it will do as you wanna.
Yes, just imagine the difference that I'm calling the call center because I want you as a call center provider to wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I need this service. For me, it is no matter who is calling me at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I just I need to get a call. If I was talking to Gustavo to get that channel for free, then I want him to call me back because he promised it to me.
Any more questions?
Okay, now I think we can continue with the to talk about the call recorder. This. Yeah, code. And
Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed the previous part. For my colleague Robert. Меня зовут Густаво. Я говорю немножко по-русски. Я очень рад, что я здесь сегодня с вами. Но сейчас я буду говорить по-английски, потому что технический язык это сложно. So yeah, I will speak about the Lync call recorder that Geomant offers. This is well, as Ilya in the morning said. So all of the applications that we do, they expand the functionality that comes with Microsoft Lync. So one side, the contact expert is for the contact center agents, call center agents. So it gives you reporting, routing, ending the ACD, skill base, so all that you saw. And it's multimedia, so you can handle everything in one place. What I will talk now about is about an application that allows you to manage the call recordings in a Lync environment, in a whole Lync environment, not only in the call center. So we can record calls using our application, our Contact Expert application, in the system, but that's for agents which are registered. Now, you may want to record Lync calls for all your Lync users, or all conversations, not only conversations in the call center. This is what the Geomant Lync call recorder is about, and this is this is branded under Verba. So this is why it says Verba Power, but it's our product. So the Lync call recorder is an application that allows you to record all calls that happens in your Lync environment, and it's a server-based thing. So I'll show you. So it's not you have the ability to record your own calls on the Lync system. You know, if you have pressed the button, so it will record. Here you have the ability to automatically record all calls for all your users. Inbound calls that are received by your organization, outbound calls, so calls that you make to external persons. Also, we can record the calls between two Lync users, internal calls. Now, this application, our call recording system, is very sophisticated. It has a lot of different features. I will show you only a few ones today. It has a very nice and user-friendly search facility, you will see in a moment. And it allows you as well to do real-time silent monitoring, so you can also, hear what is happening on a conversation without the parties knowing. Not a nice thing, but well, sometimes you need to do that. It doesn't record. It records not only calls, so it records as well in the Lync environment. Well, you have the whole story about unified communications. So you exchange instant messages with your users or your your clients. You saw, for example, the chat that we had between the user from the website and the agent in the Contact Expert. We can record that as well, not only calls. So we can record instant messages, inbound, outbound, internal calls. We can record the video. So if it's a video call you're doing with your Lync or Skype for Business client, we can record that. And also, we can record the whole screen. So we can record what is your agent doing. That is used, for quality monitoring, or also for training. So how you should handle a call the best way possible. There is a module that we have which is called the quality management. Then you can define evaluation forms, and then you can hear the call that the agent did. You can see how he managed, which system he used on the screen, and then you can give them a rating. One important thing, although this system, okay, we're talking about Lync environment, if in case you have, and you may have somebody's migrating to Lync and has some legacy PBX, like Avaya, Cisco, etc., this solution can work together. So you can record calls on the Lync platform as well as on the other different telephony environments. Yeah, this is, I will show you in a moment, but this is more or less so this is how the search interface looks like. I will show you that in a moment. Also, you can see, so we can record the whole IM conversation, instant messaging conversation. And we can also record all the calls that has been, in case of a call and a video call. Now, what is important, as I said before, so this is a server-based and a network-based recording solution. We do not interfere in the call, in the quality of the call. So this is done on the background, and you just have to. You don't have to deploy any software on the desktop. So everything is on the server side. We can use encryption. In some cases, it is required. So we can have also encryption added to the system. And our technology is flexible, so we have, I can say that we support almost all Lync deployment scenarios. So we can, depending on if it's a central Lync deployment or is a multiple site, like the one that Elias showed today with 3 different systems, we also have a solution for recording all calls in different Lync deployment scenarios. The other thing is completely, it supports, so if you have already a Microsoft-based infrastructure with Microsoft Lync or Skype for Business, it supports completely virtualization based on Windows Server, and it also uses as a database the Microsoft SQL Server, so it will fit perfectly in your existing Microsoft IT infrastructure. And we have as well, so on the recording side, we also have quite a big reference base, install base, and you can see, customers from all the different industries, from software-based, banking, service providers, etc. Okay, so let me then go to the system. Robert, I need an Internet Explorer here. Do I have it?
Where's my mouse? Here it is. Just a minute. Just a minute.
In the meantime, I don't know, do you have in some of your, who from you works in an organization where you need to record our calls because it's required by law? Sometimes it's required Is there a law here that you have to record calls, for example, in certain situations? Or no regulations? You said?
Yes. Ну, я использую бесплатное решение FreeSwitch. Она как промежуток и все. Я использую бесплатное решение на FreeSwitch, через которое проходят все звонки и совершенно спокойно записываются. Но, естественно, записываются только внешние звонки, внутренние звонки неинтересны.
Но все звонки нужно записать.
Okay. While he's entering the data, just imagine if you have a broker company and you are receiving orders from customers. Maybe the customer, you know, I know the direct number of my broker, so I call him that, okay, sell or buy something. These calls needs to be recorded, but it doesn't need a call center in the background because I want to talk to my broker. This is just a situation when a pure call recording solution can be useful. And now Gustavo just goes to the administration and...
Yeah, I mean, this is the interface for the recording system is all web-based. Here you will, you know, you can have, there are various menus here. For example, on this one you can listen to ongoing conversations, so you can see what is happening on the system. This is of course a test, but here, for example, you have one conversation which is happening at this moment as part of the demo. You know, it's ongoing, it's an outgoing, so it is an external call that you have made, and from which number and when it started. So here you can have a list of the current ongoing conversations on the system. But probably the most interesting part is the search interface. So here you can, let me just, you have really many different options. First of all, you can select by date, of course, which is, so if I run just this, so I can just search based on 2 dates. So it returns a lot of, I think there is 37,000 calls were found in the system based on the dates I gave. I can narrow down this, so I can use many things. For example, the phone number that was called, or the phone number from which the call was made. Or I can select a specific user I'm looking for. For example, this lady, Sharon, I can just, the system will find her in here. I can just say, well, I want to check calls from Sharon. You have different additional options, so advanced search options, which you can select here a number of different fields, participants, agent, group, the group of agents, if you have defined in your system, the direction, if it's inbound or outbound. You can use metadata, if it's defined in your system, you can do full search, or you have defined some metadata fields. You can search in instant messaging. For example, you can send for all chat sessions that contains specific words for a specific person, yes. And this is an optional thing. We have a module which is called speech analytics, because it can search for words in the, the recording contains voice, so you can search for words in that recording, and you can, maybe for complaint, you want to know how many complaints were made, and it will search in the database, if you have this feature enabled, within the voice, with all the recordings that contains the complaint word, but as a speech, so it's not a text, it's the speech. Okay, so I just, let me search for all the calls from Sharon. Yeah, they are here. Now, what you are seeing is for example, these labels. This is something that you can define automatically or after reviewing calls. So you can, for example, this red one, all these calls are supposed to be are related to compliance issues. And I can say, okay, maybe she's having a problem with compliance. So I can also, in the search engine, there is here label, so I can search for compliance issues, and I will check only those recordings. Yeah, so these ones. So all of these are labeled as compliance issues. I will here in a moment, I will listen to one of them. Now what you see here, so what can you do? So these are all the conversations. You can play, so or you can download the media file. You can send the link to somebody else in an email, the URL link. Okay, delete. It's not a good thing to do. You can just copy it, and look, there is a special flag. This conversation is marked as protected. It means that this conversation cannot be deleted. So this one is not marked. So even you can define in your system retention period. So you say, I want to keep these recordings for 1 year, for 2 years, 3 years, however. The special conversations that are marked are protected. They are never deleted, even if the retention policy applies. And these are the different labels. So I have all the info. Let me try to close this one here. So I have when it was done, the start time, duration, from the extension, from the user, what was the number I called. Sometimes you have some information. For example, if it was a link call that has a subject, you also have it here. So there is something on Facebook. And this was an internal call. So I can then play. It will load. It has an internal player, so you don't need any special.
Finally, I'd like to discuss our social ads initiative. The basic idea here is that the best type of advertising is an...
Okay, so it has a built-in player, so you don't need any external application to run to listen to the recordings. What you see, you can see there are some marks. These are markers. So if I hear to the recording, and then there are some places where they interested me, I can define what I call markers. So they say thread, angry, note, and okay, this is where they made the payment, and I can go directly to the 4 marker. So here is where the payment takes place.
Newsfeed functions in exactly the same way whether you're on the desktop or phone. This is important because we avoid the dilemma.
So this is easy, but this is how you can handle easily by administrator. What else? Okay, on the administration side, you can define. Here is where you add the users. The system is integrated with Microsoft Active Directory. So you can import users and groups of users already defined in the Active Directory. It's a very simple step. You define the connection and it will import everything. You can also define roles. So Verba has a very sophisticated permission-based structure. So here, go to the roles screen. So here, there are some standard roles and there are some custom roles. I can define a quality management agent or a quality management evaluator role. And then the role permissions. So here are all the possible permissions that you have in the system. It can list ongoing conversations. It can view the conversation details. It can play the conversation. So you can take each of these options and then you define the role that meets your system. It can send by email, download. So you can, at the very low level, granular level, you can define what you want to do with that specific user role. What else can be interesting for you? Okay, I talk about the speech, also the quality. Okay, on the quality, I'm sorry, I was too fast. So the quality is something that you can use very well together with the contact expert, because here, so you can here you can manage all the recordings centrally, and you can also define evaluations. There are in the contact expert you have some performance indicators, basic ones like okay how many calls were answered. If you have a survey, you can assign the survey ratings to the agent. Here, you can define a whole evaluation. So I go to, you can define what we call forms, evaluation forms. Let's select this one, which is called practice. And then, as you can see, so you listen to the conversation that the agent had, then you can quickly here evaluate and say, you can define what were the telephony skills, what information they provided to the agent, to the customer. This is at the end of the call, how they close the call, were they polite, etc. And then you can define percentages and ratings, etc. And then you save it, and this all becomes part of the agent's evaluation. So that's also something that you can do with Verba. You have also some number of report templates that you can use as well. I'll show you one. These are like, how they were behave on a specific evaluation, and I think that's okay. So more or less, I think dashboard is not set up. This speech analytics. It's something that may be interesting, so it's searching in the recordings using voice. And I think more or less, as you can see, it's very easy to use. The system gets installed in a few hours. Start using almost immediately. It's very user friendly. And it really has a very sophisticated list of functions that you can use in a Lync environment and in a mixed environment. Not only with Lync, but when you have other telephony in your PBX in your organization. So more or less, I think that is what I wanted to say. And please, questions.
С CRM каким связать можно? С CRM таким связать можно? Какой-нибудь API там есть?
Yes, we have an API. So there is no direct connector, but there is an API, and the database data we can export to another system. So it's in this way how you can integrate.
Система записи, она отдельная, продукт, система записи вот это отдельно от продукта, вот то, что колл-центр показывает. То есть она отдельно может существовать, чисто для Lync.
Yes, of course, yes. In fact, we show you today 3 products. One was the Contact Expert application. The IVR is also separate. It can be used, for example, if you just only need an auto attendant on Lync, or you just need to have a complex menu, so you have many options. You can just use the IVR, and you may not need a Contact Expert. And the third one is the recording. So the recording is also, it can be used just on the Lync platform. The 3 are integrated, but can be used standalone as well.
Еще вопрос?
Запись экрана. Запись экрана.
Screen recording.
Yes, it is supported. Yes, yes, yes. As I said, so instant messages, voice calls, video calls, and screens. And you get everything. Well, I didn't have a thing. Well, I may check if I have in the demo. This is the demo database screen, and I can show you how the agent does it.
Запись экрана. Запись как агент дополнительно ставится на компьютер. Как он производит запись?
How he performs the record?
It's there is a, in this case, if you want to record the screen, there is a small plugin that is installed on the desktop application. This is the only piece that you have, and then it sends the data to the server.
Я хотел бы уточнить, в Contact Expert там была своя система записи. Она встроена уже, я понимаю, да? Или же это просто некий аналог того, что вы показывали?
That is a built-in, so it's postроению. So Contact Expert comes with its own recording, but it's just for its voice only, and it hasn't, all of this sophisticated interface. It's just you can go to the specific call and listen to it. That's all you can do with it. So there is nothing, not extra features.
Все? Может, еще вопросы какие-нибудь?
По стоимости не имеет смысла задавать, да?
Лицензирование. Ну, это, скажем так, в любом случае, это кастомизированное решение, да, оно подбирается исходя уже от того, какой мы кейс имеем, да, исходя из параметров системы. То есть вот сейчас, прямо сейчас, я вот голую цифру назвать не смогу.
Принципы лицензирования какие? За экземпляр установки, за агента,
Yes, so we have three systems here. Let me start with the recording. For the recording, we have the licensing is based. So we have a server component. So we have a license for the type of server, depending on the size. So we have what we call, there is a team server, which is up to 20. For small organizations, up to 20 users. There is an express server, which is up to 200, and there is an enterprise server, which is supports unlimited number of users. And then there is a licensing which is per user, which is depending on what you want to record. So, for example, the basic one, which is like on-demand recording, is just if you just want, you have the ability to say, okay, let me record this call. It's on demand. Or if you want to do what you call compliance recording or always on, so you record automatically all calls that are configured in the system. Or then you want to record not calls, only calls, but video, screen. There is a license for the quality management package, if you want, and for the speech analytics. So those are options which are based on the functionality of each recording, and there is another licensing part which is based on the size of the implementation, which is the server. In the case of the Contact Expert and the IVR, there is a license which is for the core license, kind of server-based, and then you have licenses for the type of agents. So if you have, if you want only to use you have only voice agents, there is a license for voice agents, for email or chat, or we have a, how to say, a more economic option, which is multimedia, which includes all three. Then we have a special license for the outbound, because our system, well, it's difficult to show here, but if you make outbound campaigns, we have quite a nice tool, so we can do very well outbound campaigns for sales, telemarketing, etc. So that is an additional license element. And I think more or less, I would say that are the critical components, so that's a license. One for the system and then for the media, if you like, so if you want voice, email, the IVR, there is a core license for the IVR, which includes, you know, the engine, the designer, and then it includes a certain number of channels. Okay, the IVR is licensed by the number of concurrent conversations that you are having in the IVR. The agents as well, by the way, is not is per concurrent agent. So you can have 200 agents, but in 2 shifts. And you only have 100 at one time. So you only have to buy 100 licenses because concurrently you will have only 100. So more or less, this is the licensing model, and details our colleagues from IT Smart can provide.
Русский интерфейс есть?
You said yes. Yes, we have. Okay, our system was built to support multiple languages. We have in the roadmap different languages, and Russian is one of them. So we have already it's supported. I would say Russian language. You won't see in a month's time. You will see the Russian, everything in Russian. But now we are introducing the product in the Russian market, so we just started to with our partner to find the different requirements. But it will be in Russian.
Савай можно использовать рекодер? Савай не с линком, а Савай. Отдельный рекодер как продукт.
Doesn't speak better Russian than I do.
Савай можно использовать отдельный рекодер как продукт?
With Avaya telephony?
Да.
Yes. You can. Avaya, Cisco, Broadsoft, Lync.
И еще, система жмет кодек, то есть если разговор в 11 кодеке, описать она будет в 29. Система жмет кодек из 11 в 29.
We support, there is a list of codecs that are supported, and you can choose which one you want to use. Now, of course, we support the Lync, that's the default, or we have a very, it's a proprietary codec, which is very effective. There is a list, maybe I can try to show you on the website, of all supported codecs, and, for example, how big a storage is required for 1 hour of conversation. And then you can convert, so they are saved in that codec, but then you can convert them to whatever you want. So, WM.
But one more comment. In Lync, you don't need any special licenses to use a core recording solution because it's a native communication to the Lync server. If you are talking about Avaya, for example, then you have to have some kind of connection, and knowing, because we've been working together with Avaya for a long time, knowing Avaya, sometimes the license you have to buy on Avaya PBX costs more than the core recording solution, one client license. So it can work together. I came here to practice my Russian.
Распознавание русской речи.
Recorder.
Recognize Russian speech.
By default, what we use is what supported by Microsoft. We are in the Microsoft place.
In principle, yes. In practice, the confidence level is not very high. So yet it's not. It's supported, but it won't work as you would like to.
But year by year, it's going to be better and better. No, really, Google has a very good transcription, Siri has a very good transcription, even Microsoft is getting really better. If I just look at the unified communication, so when you leave a voicemail message in unified communication, so in the mailbox, it is automatically translated to languages. On English it works fine, on Hungarian it doesn't work at all. But I'm sure that in the background they are working on this engine, and it's going to be, you know, it will just appear. And just think about it, that when you have 100,000 calls recorded in a call center, and when you have 100,000 calls recorded, let's say per day in a call center, and you just want to search for that word that, and Vodafone who was talking about T-Mobile, and I can list all these calls, or that 100. Call recording is talking about two things. First is to proving to the customer that yes, you did order this service. The second is for quality assurance. The supervisor listens how his agents were, you know, working. The supervisor doesn't want to listen to the normal calls, the average calls. He wants to listen from the sides, the viewing or the board calls. Why was this agent sleeping during the, why didn't they speak for 2 minutes? This is one end. Or why was they shouting and, you know, calling each other's mother in the conversation? He wants to listen this kind of conversation. For these, the transcription can help a lot.
I just wanted to show, so these are the input codecs which are supported. This is how the media is stored, so you can choose these options, and then this is 1 minute and 1 hour file size in the different codecs. So the best one is our internal one, which is the G723, and this can be, there is a converter, so if you want to convert later on to, well, that's also possible.
Еще вопросы?
Я так понимаю, развертывания в Москве и в России тем более никаких не было, да? Я так понимаю, развертывания в России, тем более в Москве, это не было. Ни одного еще. Ни контакт эксперт, ни, соответственно, система записи.
Yes, существует.
Есть?
У нас есть ready reference for the call recorder here in Russia. For the contact expert, not yet. You can be the first one.
Компании
смотреть его можно?
Robert, what do you think about the demo of Contact Expert? What can we offer? If we are talking about demonstration.
Вы приглашены в игры, и там мы можем.
На самом деле есть возможность развернуть триальную версию продукта, чтобы ее уже руками можно было пощупать вот это все. То есть она будет ограничена просто количествами агентов, если не ошибаюсь. Сколько, how many agents will have in trial version?
No, we can have it's on a you know, for 30 days we can provide you a fully functional system. We install it for free, so it won't cost you anything. If you like it, decide it, then you can.
Да, то есть речь идет о бесплатной установке, которая не будет ограничена никаким функционалом, а она будет у нас 30 дней работать. То есть можно будет абсолютно весь функционал пощупать.
These are just the technical questions. The problem is, even if we install something for you in your system, it's not a live one. There are no agents who are coming at 8 o'clock in the morning, leaving at 5 o'clock in the. There are no problems, arguments, etc. So if you really want to see a live call center, to listen to an ongoing conversation, how is the agent whispering to, the supervisor whispering to the agent. For this, you have to visit us in some country where we are really, have customers, and we can visit them in the everyday communication.
Да, тут, как Роберт уже сказал, тут вопрос, опять же, о набивке контакт-центра, да? То есть в случае, когда мы предоставляем действительно демо-версию, да, сможете ли вы полностью прощупать функционал, если у вас потенциал в виде сотрудников, да, которые, грубо говоря, сядут и смогут это все проверить?
Milton has installed the system, but it's empty with data. Of course you can log in, you can dial the number, etc., but it will not be better or more than the presentation I just did it here. When there is 100 agents in the same room, some of them are shouting, some of them are crying because they are in a conversation with the customers, then you will understand what is it and how to handle them, okay? Just a comment.
Вашу презентацию можно получить? Вашу презентацию можно получить?
Можете у нас спросить, да, мы все отправим.
Send it to you.
Можем отдельно демо провести, то есть подключитесь, можем посмотреть все.
Do you have an opportunity to the customer to connect remotely to already working system and to touch all the functions on the system?
I think what we can do is remote demonstration, remote desktop sharing, and how do we log into the customer and show everything.
Да, есть возможность увидеть эту демонстрацию, грубо говоря, да, на виртуальной машине. Вы подключитесь удаленно и увидите уже в работе, как это все действительно работает.
А можно ли использовать Lync Mobile в качестве агента?
Okay. From technical side, there is no problem. Of course, the agent can log in. I mean, the link will start, and as you check it here, we extend the link with special statuses. Here you can see that I have not only the basic statuses, but the special statuses, and it will appear on mobile. The problem is that you log into the call center system when you log into this application, and this is a T-client application. T-client because Microsoft in the current version of Lync didn't support the the web-based Lync client. Now we are going to work on the thin client solution of Contact Expert.
Working already on the thing.
And as soon as we will come out with a solution, it will be available. So currently not, but in the future, yes. And one more thing that a little bit moves your mind. Just think about that with this Skype for Business. It's not just the rename. With Skype for Business, Microsoft got 800 million users. Just think about that. You were not simply calling external numbers or receiving calls from external numbers. You will dialing Skype extensions, Skype users, and Skype users will dial your system. Skype and Skype for Business are federated, so you will see the availability of your customer. Think about how many times were you in abroad and your GSM provider was calling you that we want to sell you for a new service, or anyone, because they didn't see that you are not ready for a call, you are on holiday. This way you will be able to set your status from available to do not disturb, and your bank will not call you because they see your status is do not disturb. Or for example, when I enter 100,000 numbers to an IVR to dial these numbers because it's an advertisement campaign, now what does the IVR do? Dials the numbers one by one. When the number is busy, then it recues it, and later on will dial. They're going to be a brand new dialing model, the presence-based dialing model. Let's dial those customers who are available right now, and let's not even try to dial those customers who are offline or not available. So this integration with your business immediately generates a connection with, out of the 800 million Skype users, how many are Russians? Exact number. 400,000. 400 million.
400 million.
Okay, so, and that's again for free. So there are a lot of opportunities in this stuff. Yes.
Какие есть еще дашборды для супервизора? Кроме того, что предыдущих звонках, сколько
That can be
было
also configured. What do you want me to show? The wallboard or the?
The wallboard.
Okay, this is the dashboard. So it is just a summary here that how many calls are in the system, what is the number of the abandoned calls in the last 1 hour, etc. This can be configured, but Gustavo shows you another wallboard. As you can see, this runs in our Romanian office. So here you can see that there are a lot of customer specific, because they figured out what they want to see on large screen like this. There are a lot of large screens are installed on the walls, and they fill the large screen with this data. So in this kind of reports, the customer defined what they want to see on the wallboard.
То есть, грубо говоря, мы говорим о том, что это гибкий инструмент, и мы можем его кастомизировать под нас.
It's a different one.
То есть это вопрос просто тех данных, которые мы должны были там увидеть.
Yes. It's a copy of a live system. The data is, but all of these wallboards are implemented at one of our customers. The design is here, and okay, the data is not real, but the design, they are using exactly this. I wanted to say 2 things. So we are releasing a new version by the end of May, which will have some additional reporting enhancements. One of them, for example, we are going to use the Microsoft the BI, called BI reporting tool, which it is connected to our database. It's based on Excel, but you can do marvelous things really with it. You know, as much you have all the data available. With a click, you can create reports, drill down, etc. So that's one. And also, we are revamping our historical and real-time interface. That will come a bit later, which is you know, a really a very nice interface. You can on the fly change the reports, so you will have much more options. Already you have these options, but then it will be more easy for you to do any reporting you want.
Еще вопрос? Коллеги, если вопросов нет, да, спасибо вам всем за участие.